Fortunately, your father was a lot smarter than mine. We moved to Uniondale to get out of it, but you guys moved a little further away.
Thank you. Yeah, it's always amazing to me that families that are in an all-black community, they decide finally to move. They move to another black community. Makes no sense. That was my mother. My mother finally agreed to move out of Roosevelt, an all-black neighborhood where I was one of 3 white families. She finally realized that maybe it was a little bit weird. So she comes home from her first day of house hunting, and she goes, "We were in Freeport." I go, I'm a kid. I go, "Freeport? Are you fucking kidding?" She goes, "What's wrong with Freeport?" I go, "Mom, what is it with you? Can you only pick black communities? What are you talking about? Down by the water, there's no black people." I go, "Are you insane? What's with you? It's a lovely community, so there are a few black people." A few? We're in the same situation. I go to school with all black people. I don't have one white friend. Little did I know white people didn't want to be friends with me either. I thought it was just black people. Turned out it was all people. But at the time, I figured, well, if you're going to move, let's move to a white neighborhood. She was going to go buy in Freeport, Robin. Again, I would be with all black people. Freeport is black. Then she goes, "We saw a lovely house in Hempstead." I go, "Hempstead? That's worse."
Did the realtors think she was black?
I don't know. I go, "Mom, why didn't we move to Harlem?" You think? She finally moves to Rockville Center. Thank God. That was because of me. I said, "What's wrong with Merrick? It's lily white, 99% white." They never even saw a black person there. They never saw a Puerto Rican. If you're going to move to a neighborhood because the black people are beating me up, let's move away for good. No. She goes, "Find Freeport." Because my old man was cheap, too. He didn't want to spend $50,000 on a house. That's what the going price was. They looked at some house in Merrick. White, Robin, I would have been saved. White community, Merrick. All Jews.
They couldn't move there.
No, because my mother saw a house. We have to redo the entire kitchen. Can you imagine the house is $50,000? We have to redo the entire kitchen. That's right. And why am I going to spend that kind of money? And then it was just like, the two of you so fucking crazy. You know what that house would have been worth today? They wouldn't buy the goddamn house in Merrick. So they found out in Rockville Center. Believe me, we're half a block away from a black neighborhood. It's crazy. My parents love black people and living with black people and putting me in an all-black school. They love it. They love it.
Well, now they could do that because they don't have any school-age.
Why don't they do that? You know, that's a good fucking point. Why doesn't my mother go live in an all-black neighborhood now? Now she don't have me to experiment on. How come you don't see her doing that? She loves living with black people. You know, me, I was the one living with black people. Do you understand the difference? I was a child. I was alienated. You can't do that. And then she finally agrees to move out. She's going to move to Freeport. They found a lovely home. I go, "Ma, has it occurred to you that Freeport is all black?" No, it's not. It's a racially mixed community. I go, "Why would you go to a racially mixed community?" Just asking. Why would you do that? And by racially mixed, it means there's 5 white people there. I mean, Robin even got to grow up in a white community. How come I can't?
No, I didn't. I grew up in a changing community. I was just at the front of the wave.
Okay. Well, I would rather live there. Look, I got nothing against the black community. They had something against me. I was getting beaten up all the time. So my mother moves to Rockville Center, where the archdiocese is. They're real thrilled with Jews. I can't tell you. There are Jews still in hiding in Rockville Center. Go to the school there. See what I'm talking about.
People are keeping them in the basement.
Yeah. That's a real friendly community. Get me the fuck out of this whole fucking mess. I lived in an attic for 3 years, hiding. She couldn't get it right, my mom, with the schools. Oh, please. Roosevelt's wonderful. Yeah, well, you go to school there. I wish my mom would move back to Roosevelt now. I should send her there. My, I bought you a new house in Roosevelt.